We still can't hear you.
Okay, well, hang on.
What about now?
Probably.
There, yeah. What about now? You hear me now?
All right, you're good.
Democrats and Republicans face the truth.
We call it Super Tuesday for a reason. This is a big one.
On one of the biggest nights for the presidential race, Caplin News is live. The South Florida morning ritual sips its way to the nation's capital.
And we did get a good reaction.
More from our D.C. bureau. And preparations underway for another World Cup.
It'll be a huge party.
The bat and ball version coming soon. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Jason Arrow.
I'm Valentina Gaspar. Today is Wednesday, March 6, 2024.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Is today dropout day for presidential candidate Nikki Haley? That is what CNN is hearing from sources close to her campaign. General election season is ushered in this morning, with the likelihood of only Trump and Biden remaining growing.
Both candidates know a thing or two about living in the White House, where our D.C. bureau reporter Pablo Hernandez is live with the results from Super Tuesday. Good morning. Good morning, Pablo.
Last night, Vermont. It paves the way for Trump versus Biden in November. Meanwhile, President Biden's team is already preparing to take on Trump in November. The two nearly swept Super Tuesday races, each losing one race. Trump lost Vermont, Biden lost American Samoa. President Biden said in a statement that Trump is, quote, determined to destroy our democracy and driven by grievance and grift, focused on his own revenge and retribution, not the American people. At the end of the night, former President Trump spoke to his supporters at Mar-a-Lago.
Well, thank you very much. They call it Super Tuesday for a reason. This is a big one. And they tell me, the pundits and otherwise, that there's never been one like this. Our cities are choking to death, our states are dying, and frankly, our country is dying, and we're going to make America great again, greater than ever before.
In exit polls, voters said immigration and the economy were the most important issues. The primary contest ended in June, with voters choosing congressional nominees. Reporting live from Washington, D.C. for Caplin News, this is Pablo Hernandez.
March 5th, also known as 305 Day, was yesterday, and FIU and DC made sure to bring the Miami flair to the nation's capital. The program held a Congressional Cafecito Challenge to commemorate the officially recognized South Floridian holiday.
Last week, the first ever Congressional Cafecito Challenge took place to see which South Florida representative's office has the best cafecito on Capitol Hill. The winner will be announced today here at FIU and DC for 305 Day. The competition for the best cafecito or Cuban coffee on Capitol Hill was initiated on Twitter by Congresswoman Federica Wilson's office back in October with a tweet challenging other Florida representatives to see who has the best cafecito on the Hill. The offices of Representatives Diaz-Balart, Jimenez, and Salazar accepted the challenge.
I'm always trying to look for ways to try to bring Miami to life here in DC. You know, we have our cafecito machine, so just came up with the idea, like, what if we take a picture of the congresswoman drinking cafecito and just start tagging all the other reps and see what their reaction is. And we did get a good reaction where we can unite and, you know, show our love for Miami, show our love for cafecito.
The tournament kicked off at 9 a.m. last week, Thursday. Among the judges were former Florida Congresswoman Ileana Ross-Lehtinen, Miami-Dade Director of Federal Affairs Philip Drujak, and Executive Director of the Florida House Diana Beckman. Judging off the presentation, sugar, and foam of the cafecito, Federica Wilson's office won Best Overall.
Team Wilson!
We love FIU and we love 305.
Despite each office's political views, the making of a good cafecito is one thing South Floridians can agree on. Federica Wilson's office definitely put their money where their mouth is, but also might have started an annual lighthearted congressional contest. Reporting for Caplin News from Washington, D.C., I'm Sofia Bolivar.
This morning, a Royal Caribbean employee is accused of secretly filming passengers on the cruise. Arvin Minnesota, stay room attendant on the Symphony of the Seas, was arrested on Sunday after the cruise arrived in Port Everglades. Mirasol placed hidden cameras inside guest rooms to watch passengers undress. He is charged with the production and possession of child pornography after Homeland Security investigators captured the recordings of 2 minors.
This spring break, new changes have been made and not everyone is happy about it. Miami officials announced that stricter rules will be implemented during the week-long holiday, including curfews, road closures, DUI checkpoints, $100 parking, more patrols, and earlier closing times for beach access points.
A self-proclaimed Taylor Swift fan planned her wedding but did not have the proper funds, so she possibly considered selling a Swift-signed guitar. As WWSB's Leslie Lacey reports, the fan was told to keep the guitar and instead go set up a GoFundMe to pay for the wedding.
Self-proclaimed Swiftie Emily Harris decided to do just that and sell her most coveted treasure for wedding money. Her signed guitar by none other than Taylor Swift.
It's hard to see in some of the lighting, but there's other little hearts right here and there and another one there that you can tell are the exact same as like this. So when she signed it, she must have put these other hearts on there after as well.
Harris, now 30, says it was a sweet 16 present from her father.
I pulled this out and I was like, oh my God, it's so pretty. And then realized it was signed and then looked at it and I was like, is this what I think it is? And he's like, yeah, it is. And tears. It was just immediate tears.
But her father, understanding wedding cost, supported her decision. He went on a Swiftie Facebook page to ask for tips on how to sell the guitar. But the Swifties insisted she keep it. They asked Harris to create a GoFundMe page so they could donate to her wedding and she could keep the guitar.
The Swifties jumped into action about it.
How did that make you feel when you saw people saying, you know what, let's try to do something else?
I definitely cried a couple times because it's just, you know, it's one of those moments where it's the reminders that there's good in this world. There are people that are just true, genuine, good people.
That was WWSB's Leslie Lacey. Currently, the GoFundMe for Emily's wedding is at $1,950 and has crossed her initial goal.
The Heat and the Panthers looking to pull off some wins on the same night.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
It's going to be a huge party. Whenever there's a matchup, that means that they're attracting people.
And a South Florida city gets ready to host a game that gained popularity overseas. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
Cricket Cup, a local city hosting an event not usually associated with South Florida. The U.S. has never hosted a Cricket Cup or Cricket World Cup before.
And as Caplin's Carlton Gillespie reports, the first time ever will be in the city of Lauderhill.
I'm at the Lauderhill Sports Park here in the city of Lauderhill, Florida, where for the first time this June, the Cricket T20 World Cup comes to the United States. 4 of those matches will be played right here in this city that has created a unique identity for itself by its embrace of the sport.
The major sports hub in the city used to be the Inverary Country Club, where in the 70s and 80s the Jackie Gleason Memorial Tournament played host to the famous and the infamous. But now the golf course sits abandoned, and the sport everybody's talking about is cricket.
We almost have about 7 to 10 grounds where we're playing at, on a weekly basis, almost every Sunday, excluding holidays and things like that. But yeah, man, that's why we're grateful we're able to have cricket year round, play competitive games. We have, I think, probably in our league about 20 teams. So yeah, man, this cricket is a rapidly growing sport.
The impact of that growth can be felt at Lauderhill Sports Park, where weekend warriors play on a baseball field retrofitted especially for them. But when the internationals come and play, the excitement is a bit different.
It's going to be a huge party. Whenever there's a matchup, that means that they're attracting people, not only locally, but really people are traveling either from across the country at the very least, there's definitely in from the Caribbean, and even neighboring cities are coming in to take part. And it's a huge party, really.
And for the first time, that party will be at Central Broward Regional Park in Lauderhill.
When the World Cup does arrive this June, the 4 matchups played in Lauderhill will be Sri Lanka versus Nepal, Canada versus Ireland, and the United States matchups against Ireland and India. From Caplin News, I'm Carlton Gillespie.
The Florida Panthers are still on the prowl after gaining their 6th consecutive win against the New Jersey Devils. The Cats established their momentum, scoring 2 goals in the first period and ending the game strong with 2 more goals in the last period. Backup goalie Anthony Stolarz made 22 saves for the Panthers, picking up where starter Sergei Bobrovsky left off. The final score was Panthers 5, New Jersey 3. The Panthers will come home to the host of Philadelphia Flyers tomorrow at 7.
And to make 305 Day that much sweeter, the Miami Heat were also on fire after a win against the Detroit Pistons last night. Things got tense at halftime after being down by 1 against the 9-52 Pistons, but things picked back up in the second half, especially Jimmy Butler, who scored 15 of his 26 points in the fourth quarter, with his biggest shot being his only 3 with 22 seconds left of the game to seal the win. The final score was Detroit 110, Heat 118. The Heat will also play tomorrow in Dallas against the Mavericks at 7 p.m. You're watching Newsbreak. We're coming right back.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
And that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Valentina Gaspari.
I'm Jason Harrell. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.